Welcome to the Ringer Fantasy Football Show. My name is Danny Heifetz, and I am joined by Danny Kelly and Craig Horlbeck, and we are going over all the players to add after Week 8, entering into Week 9 of the NFL season. Made it through the bye-apocalypse. The 6 teams were off. Going to go through all the players you need because there definitely is some stuff we have to hit. We are going to go over Monday Night Football. Chiefs destroyed the Commanders 28-7. It was not as bad as it seemed, and also it was just a totally outclassing of a game. We also have some emails here at the end, Fantasy Court. I'm sure Craig and I are going to argue, but full disclosure right off the jump.
We're doing Fantasy Court on this show or Power Hour?
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry, I guess we'll do it tomorrow. I already lost track. I don't know. I've just kind of been itching to talk about that all week. We'll get to it. There we go. Tease for Fantasy Court. But I have to be up front right now. We're recording this. The World Series is on right now. We're going to the 9th inning. Vlad is just up. And we're trying to be polite to both Carlos.
5-5.
Tie game, yeah.
Sasaki's pitching to Vlad as we speak. We were trying to be polite to Carlos, who has to stay up to do this whole show. Also, DK, whose literal baseball team was eliminated by the Blue Jays and doesn't really want to watch this game. So,
well, that's not true.
DK, come on. This is good stuff.
It is true.
Come on.
You're putting words in my mouth. I definitely do want to watch the game.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Ohtani's in the bottom of the 9th, and we're just going to that will just be interwoven throughout this. And if there's some ending, then that's cool. That will come up later. So, with that said, I want to get to this Monday Night Football game. Again, Commanders lost 28-7 to the Chiefs in Kansas City. DK, I feel like there's a lot to talk about right now with, where the Chiefs go, where Washington goes. But honestly, for real life and fantasy, I do think the story of this game is that Rashee Rice is just unbelievable and just really has just changed the entire vibe of the Kansas City Chiefs offense.
Yeah, he has absolutely hit the ground running. It's like, he only played, I think it was like 47% of the snaps last week, and then he just came in and had 9 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown. He came close to having 3 touchdowns.
He should have 2 more feet would have
2 inches away. 2 more feet, 2 more inches. He would have had 2 more touchdowns.
Yeah, he dove for the pylon twice, or I should say, he dove for the goal line on one, and I think his elbow came down literally like an inch before the ball crossed over the goal line, and then again later he went for the pylon. His foot was just barely out or whatever. So he looks like just an absolute, difference maker for them, game changer for them, their offense, and what he does over the middle of the field, run after the catch, all that stuff.
The big winners right now are the people who got him in drafts, spent whatever he cost, $5-10, and survived the first 6 weeks of the season until he came back. What's nice about Rashee Rice is that it feels like he is a little bit of like game script proof, because he's not just a singular talent like a Jamar Chase or a CeeDee Lamb where you could, in theory, double him. And it's like, oh, what can you do? He's not really the type of guy you can do that for, I feel like. And the Chiefs find ways to get him the ball differently than just like a true number 1 who can get double down the field. Like Rashee Rice is doing half the shit he's doing behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah. They're giving him handoffs. Everything is engineered to get him the ball. So he's a little bit more defense proof than I would say other guys in the top 10.
In a way, he's replaced Travis Kelce in the offense in that all, like Andy Reid, as good as anyone, is just get the ball to your good players in their hands, however it comes. Rashee Rice has replaced Kelce as the guy that Andy Reid is getting the ball at the goal line, on third and short, like the whole offense. The fact that they ran against the Raiders, they ran what I just think of as the Kelce play, where basically they have Mahomes do a little shovel pass that basically is like run blocked inside. They did that for Rashee Rice a couple weeks ago. This game, everything they're doing, I totally agree, Craig, but I think next year in fantasy, Rashee Rice is going to be a first round pick. Like, I think that's the level he's at. I think that it's going to be like Jamar, in terms of just pure. And it's funny because it's not even clear how good Rashee Rice is as a receiver outside of this team. Like, he's not Jamar Chase. He's not Justin Jefferson. He's not an elite wide receiver that would be dominating on almost any situation in the NFL that isn't like the Jets. But in this specific team, fantasy wise, next year, I think it's going to be like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb and Puka, Nacua, and like Rashee Rice is going to be like the 5th receiver. He's going to be right there with the Monra and all these guys entering next season. Like, that's how good he's going to be the rest of this year.
It reminds me a little bit of Deebo Samuel in the way that the 49ers used him. Deebo's built more like a running back than Rashee Rice is, but just in the way that they manufacture touches and basically build their offense around this guy's talents. It just kind of has that vibe to him. You could see him being an all-pro at some point in his career. Especially if he sticks with the 40 or with the Chiefs, just because they clearly have a role for him and a plan for him every game.
It's funny though, Heifetz, you're right about, like, I don't know how good he actually is. It's very bizarre. It's like, it's almost like the Chiefs saw him and were like, you know what, you're good enough where we can make this work with you. Because if he was on a different team, Deebo Samuel, DK, when Deebo was in his prime on the Niners, he looked unlike any other receiver in the league, and with what he was willing to was able to do with the ball in his hands, he couldn't go down. He had like a Marshawn Lynch ability to just like fight through tackles. I don't really know if somebody said describe Rashee Rice's style, like what is he amazing at? I don't even really know if I could tell you.
It's like finding space in against zones.
I guess you're right. It's like Travis Kelce. He can sit in zones and find pockets and maneuver.
This is what we talked about last year, Craig.
Yeah.
I think we literally had this conversation last year where I was like, why can't every receiver do what Rashee Rice does? You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's funny because he's running these little routes over the middle of the field where they're getting him open, like scheming him ways to get the football. I just, you know what I mean? Maybe it is just the fact that he makes it look so easy that it looks so easy. But there are just times where I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't understand like why everybody can't do this, what he's doing.
So it's funny if you swapped Rashee Rice and McLaurin, I'm not sure that Rashee Rice would necessarily. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury might actually have a good idea of using him. It's funny that Debo's in this game. Frankly, the whole game pivoted off Debo because the Washington had an awesome first drive, and then they had a ball bounce off Debo's face that was intercepted. This game basically started with 5 turnovers. Like it really, if you include turnovers on downs, this game started with Washington having the pick off Debo's face. Then Mahomes had a pick. Marshall Lattimore had an amazing interception. Then Washington went turnover on downs. I appreciated they went aggressive. But then Mahomes had another pick that also bounced off of Kelsey's face. And then Washington had another turnover on downs. So it was 5 straight back and forth turnovers. And then the Chiefs just ran away and they got their offense going. And again, it was 28-7. I was very impressed with Washington's running game in this. Kansas City's running game. Like Kareem Hunt. I mean, I was kind of like, what year is it? Like Kareem Hunt running downhill?
He looked like vintage Kareem Hunt at times.
It was, he's obviously not quite as fast as he was in 2018, but he's certainly the fastest and most explosive I've seen Kareem Hunt feel like in years. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Washington doesn't have a great defense. They lost, the defensive tackle. I'm forgetting his name. He went in the middle of this. Javon Kinlaw, the massive guy who's been disappointing for the Jets and Niners, but he left and then it got even worse. I will say, though, during this game, I had an intrusive thought. And I kind of think I'm right.
Okay.
But watching this game, obviously Bills Chiefs is next week, DK, but I kind of just think the Super Bowl is going to be Chiefs Eagles again.
God.
And I realized that in the middle of this game.
Yeah. I will say at the beginning of the game, I was watching this game with my dad and we were both like, the Commanders are kind of showing, they're a little plucky in this game. They're hanging in there for a while. And then the Chiefs just slowly ground them into dust, which is what they kind of do. And so, yes, at the end of the day, I mean, the Chiefs, there are in a league where there's no elite teams. Are there any elite teams that you guys can think of other than maybe the fucking Colts?
I think it's the Chiefs. We didn't even talk about Mahomes tonight. Yeah. But Mahomes is just so quietly, his brilliance is just, I think actually Troy Aikman did a good job explaining it. His navigation in the pocket. I was shocked at that stat they had tonight of the first time he said 3 touchdowns in a game with 4 seconds on each touch, 4 seconds of time. I think I'm dubious of that. I feel like he threw 50 touchdowns in one season. I'm a little dubious he never had 4 seconds in any individual game, but for each of the 3 touchdowns. But I was really impressed with Kansas City. Like Trey Smith, the right guard, he's one of their higher paid linemen. He wasn't even in this game. We had poor. What's the guy who filled in the Super Bowl? We kept making fun of his name, Mike Caliendo. We kept thinking he was the impersonator guy.
Right.
Like I want to see it against, but it's not like Buffalo's defense is healthy either. So I don't know, man. The Chiefs, I just feel like they're going to roll.
Before we move on, I have one note to make. I feel like the Monday night guys are often immune to the burn book because we do burn book Sunday night. So they fall in this no man's land where we kind of forget about it by the time the next week rolls around. Bill Merritt, I feel like got so much hype coming into this year. Then Eckler got her, all this stuff. Bill Merritt, since week 1, has scored single digits points in every single game but one. His last 3 weeks are 2 points, 3 points, 5 points. I don't know. He's kind of unplayable right now.
Yeah.
I know, but he's such a meme. We can't bench Bill Merritt. Come on, man.
9 rushes for 25 yards.
It's not great. Chiefs defense, man.
But it's not, they played Dallas last week. He had 33 yards rushing.
Yeah, that was bad. That wasn't good.
He's not doing it. It's not working for Bill.
We'll see.
It's hilarious because it's like, it feels like you can't sit him, even though he's a fucking 7th round guy that just came in and he hasn't even actually done all that much. Because I think all the hype was just like, you can't sit Bill Merritt. Krosky Merritt? JCM? You got a JCM nickname. You can't sit that guy.
Bill. Similarly, Terry McLaurin, 3 catches, 54 yards for a touchdown. The ratio of how unbelievable what he did was versus impact was kind of weird.
Seriously.
The touchdown was, I think, as close as you can possibly get to getting 2 feet in. I don't know if there's ever been a smaller amount of time someone got the 2 feet in than the touchdown McLaurin had. The other one I kind of thought was bullshit. It was really cool, and I'm glad that he got the catch, but watching it live,
was definitely a catch.
I know, but watching it live, I'm like 80% of his body landed out of bounds, and like you do it slow-mo, you're like, yes, his leg actually got in first. But you played full speed, and I'm like, maybe you guys saw it differently. Watching that play full speed, I never would have even occurred to me that Terry's second catch
I thought he was out of bounds, but I mean, his thigh clearly comes down first in bounds.
What are you talking about? Wait, because it looks bad in full motion, it's bullshit?
Well, this is
you
like
clearly see it on the replay.
It reminded me of it's because the catch thing, and this gets
confused about this whole this rule that you're bringing up about.
Well, it's because someone. We don't have to get into all this now. They lost by 21 points, but
yeah, it's kind of irrelevant. Actually,
it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we'll get into
1 knee equals 2 feet. Heifetz.
Should we even talk about this Dodgers game now, or should we wait till the game
ninth?
Let's go to the bottom of
the ninth here.
It's tied, and Ohtani's up second.
We might as well set the stage now because maybe the Dodgers lost or whatever. But win or lose, this is. Ohtani. I will just read the stuff, but everyone's probably seen it by now. But Ohtani, feels it's pretty mainstream at this point to say he's the best baseball player ever, and it's now just the resume has to build. But tonight, 4 extra base hits, tied for the most in a World Series game since 1906, which is even longer than the Tungsten Armo Doyle post.
I gotta say that stat. I was a little bummed at whose record he broke or who he tied. 1906. It was Frank Isbell. I was hoping for something a little bit stronger than that.
Same.
Yeah, that's no good.
Who was on Frank Isbell's team, Craig?
Well,
pull that up.
Look that up.
Ohtani also first player with 3 multi-home run games in a single postseason as a batter. He pitches tomorrow. He's the first hitter to have 3 multiple home run games. Multiple home run games in a postseason. And
that was the best part about it is they had the graphic up about all the crazy things he's doing as a hitter, and then at the bottom it just said he's pitching tomorrow.
It's actually like, I know that we're getting repetitive, and I've talked about this forever, but I'm like, this is the craziest thing that's happened in my life in sports. I don't think that's unfair to say. He's the best player. He's the best hitter.
It's Ohtani's contract. Did I say this already? It's easily the best contract in baseball.
Yeah, it has to. No, I think it's the best. It's up there with the best contracts in the history of sports because it's going to save fucking baseball. Ohtani's going to save the goddamn sport, and they don't even have to pay him all the money until like we're going to be dead.
Somebody retweeted a tweet onto my timeline that was like, so he comes up in what was it, the bottom of the 7th, and it's 5-4 Blue Jays, and they have this like conference on the mound. Like, okay, here's the deal: don't throw a fucking meatball right down the middle.
The announcer literally is going location, and then
like,
they just
the tweet just shows like the pitch whatever graph, and it's truly just right in the fucking middle.
It's like Ohtani, deep to right center.
Why are you pitching it right down the fucking middle to this guy?
But I think, DK, to your point, I do think Ohtani reached the Tom Brady level that you've nailed. It is so true. The Alexander Great, like, I don't think he could die, where it's like all these guys, the irrational, crazy confidence that you're better than this person. In baseball in particular, because it is a series of one-on-one matchups. And Ohtani shatters it. Ohtani is like Barry Bonds. They're probably the only 2 people who've been good enough that the pitcher's like, oh my fucking God. This is like, he's a superhuman.
Yeah, like he's the type of guy where if the bases are loaded, you walk him instead of pitch to him, kind of.
Well, I'm realizing now that we're all excited, but there's no way they're going to pitch to him right now, right? That they are. So this is the 9 hitter right now.
Probably
this
not.
Is Andy Pages. So they got
probably not.
Even if Pages gets up, they're gonna walk Ohtani. But I guess Betts struck out the last time he was up. So I guess now that I think about it, we're not gonna get to watch this motherfucker hit.
Can I give one take that I noticed or that I just kind of felt? It kind of just came to me as I was watching Ohtani hit that home run in the 7th. I think the pitch clock has been fantastic for baseball. Inarguably just a straight positive. It's improved the game tenfold. However, after a home run, I would like to sit in it a little more.
I totally agree. I was shocked at how quickly Betts was getting pitched to after the home run. I was shocked.
This is a thing. It's like the players can barely even celebrate with each other because you have to get back into the box.
You get 30 seconds, I think, after Ohtani hits home plate or something like that. And it's just like, I want to see. You don't even get the replay because Mookie Betts is up.
They should make it a minute after a home run.
Yes.
I totally agree.
That would be great.
So weird to not marinate in that moment. I actually
especially
could not
in the playoffs
he was
or something,
batting.
or maybe in the last 3 innings, or I don't know what. But like, give us some time here to enjoy it. Like these historic moments we're seeing.
If you think into it, or like
adding 30 seconds after a homer, I think that's a great point, Craig. I had the same note.
Were we aware that were we aware of the original name of the Chicago Cubs? Did I forget this?
I don't know.
Bears was the Decatur Staleys. The Chicago Cubs were.
Right.
Wait.
Decatur. It's
were
Decatur.
They the Chicago Red Sox?
No. Frank Isbell, who's nicknamed the Bald Eagle due to his receding hairline.
Hell yeah.
Was drafted in 1898 by the Chicago Orphans.
The Orphans?
Get the fuck out.
Yes.
The Chicago Orphans?
Yeah, he made his debut for the Chicago Orphans on May 1st, 1898.
The Chicago Orphans?
The Chicago Orphans.
Yeah.
That's pretty metal.
It's pretty metal.
You could get away with a lot of stuff back in 1906.
Yeah.
That's wild. Who was the manager for the 1898 Chicago Orphans? That's crazy.
He just read Oliver Twist. He's like, these guys are badasses. Let's name our team after them.
Oh, my
The Artful
God.
Dodger. Is that how the Dodgers got their name? Holy shit.
I actually don't know what
1898
is.
Chicago Orphans season.
Okay.
By the way, we are 100% just stalling so we can see Ohtani.
Okay, yeah, we could just that's true. That's
just in case you were wondering.
Anyway, the National League winner in 1898 was the Boston Bean Eaters.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
The Bean Eaters?
Bean Eaters. So.
Okay.
Dude, all these names. The National League, the Washington Senators, the Brooklyn Bridegrooms.
What is going on? Talking about? What do you mean the
Bridegrooms?
What are you talking about?
I like that a lot.
What do you mean the Brooklyn Bridegrooms?
The Cleveland Spiders? Did we know that one?
Yeah, that one.
Yes, that
familiar.
one. I think there was.
Oh wait, no, that's Richmond Spiders.
Yeah, same thing though. He was nicknamed the pitcher, long legs.
The Brooklyn Bridegrooms.
The 1888 Brooklyn
Bridegroom
season. Wow.
Is the bridegroom just the long way of saying groom, or does it mean something specific?
Well, here we go. The Brooklyn, they were called the Brooklyn Grays. They changed their name to the Brooklyn Bridegrooms, a nickname that resulted from several team members getting married around the same time.
Men.
Dude, that's so funny. They put no effort into it.
I don't know. We all like turkey sandwiches for lunch. What if we're just the Brooklyn turkey sandwiches?
You got to remember, Craig, back in the day, this was just kind of for people to hang out in the middle of the day.
All right, they're not even pitching to Ohtani. Maybe because Jeff Hoffman allowed the most runs in the ninth inning when he pitched this year. So
just one final thing. You're right. Before we get to waivers, the manager of the Brooklyn Bridegrooms in 1888 was Bill McGonigal.
Bill McGonigal?
Bill McGonigal.
McGonigal.
The Bridegrooms is pretty. That's the Bridegrooms.
Brooklyn Bridegrooms.
So all got married around the same time.
The Brooklyn Bridegrooms versus the Chicago Orphans today. Hopefully the Bridegrooms adopt the Orphans.
You got a stew going.
Bridegrooms versus the brides versus orphans.
Bringing families together.
Oh my God. It's funny because the orphans probably ate beans. We're going to keep rolling here, but first, this episode is brought to you by IKEA. When you're hosting on game day and it comes to cooking, you want a kitchen that everyone there will be a fan of, no matter what your kitchen dreams are. IKEA has products and solutions to help, from kitchen remodels to smart new cutlery. Whatever the size of your kitchen dream and budget, you can bring it to life with high quality, expertly designed, and innovative products from IKEA. Visit IKEA.us/dreamkitchen to learn more. Dream the possibilities. Okay. Waivers. All right,
let's do this.
Let's go through all the waivers after week 8, entering week 9. Oh my God, Ohtani just tried to steal. Is he out? Oh, he's out.
You're ahead of me.
Oh, he's out.
Why are you ahead of me?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry. I think I got to fix that with streaming.
Oh my God.
Wow, he's out.
That was weird.
He was on, he made it, but then he fell off the base. All right, let's not give a play-by-play of the game that happened yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So we're going to go position by position. We're going to give our top pick at that position. And then if we have the same guy, then we're going to go through waivers and we're going to like simulate waivers by guessing a trivia question is get an order. And then if you don't get your guy, you get to pick someone else. It's not that complicated. You'll figure it out. Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com for trivia questions. Has to be a number so we can get wrong in an order closest to the green, basically closest to the pin rather. So with that said, DK, running back, number one running back that you would add off waivers after week 8, entering week 9.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but it's going to be Tyrone Tracy for the Giants because unfortunately our boy Scattaboo is out for the season. Also, there are several guys on going into bye for week 9 that I probably might prioritize more if I have a longer time horizon that I'm looking at here. But just for week 9, I'm going with Tyrone Tracy for the Giants.
Like if you have Saquon and Quinshon Judkins and they're both on bye this week and you're like, I need someone now, then and Tracy's available, absolutely. Also the whole season. But if he's available.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has value for the rest of the season. But I think
did you see Big Dom brought like cheesesteaks to Cam Scattaboo in the hospital? I thought this was fake. People sent this to me.
Did he really?
No, I was like, that's clearly
because that's
not
what
true.
you want to be eating post-op.
Honestly,
cheesesteaks.
Fucking get whatever you want to post. I thought this was fake, but Chef actually
salad?
posted it.
Yeah, I guess I don't know why that was weird. Yeah.
What are you eating post-op? What are you eating on a regular day?
That's fair. I don't know. Whatever. He can eat it. I'll allow it. I don't really like cheesesteaks.
He could eat garbage. He'd be fine.
You don't like bacon, DK. You don't like bacon, cheese,
garbage.
Chicken
as far as I'm
fingers.
concerned, cheesesteaks are garbage.
Oh, what the?
What are you?
Kidding.
It's
I don't
cheese
hate
and
him that
steak
much.
Happening right now.
I'm sorry.
I will besmirch Philadelphia.
One of the most beloved items of food in America.
Know. That's why it's such a good take.
You don't like cheesesteaks? Is that real?
I really don't.
Really?
No.
How
DK,
but you know how I am. I'm weird.
DK has
it's
wild
basically
food
a
takes.
quesadilla in sandwich form.
No,
it's just
not.
cheese, meat, and
It's
bread.
the same thing. It's carbs between cheese and steak.
Totally different.
DK has wild food takes.
Also, I don't put friggin' meat in my quesadillas.
Okay, but you know what? A steak quesadilla.
The way you just said that was like as if that's insane to put meat in a quesadilla.
No, I'm just saying that's not what I like.
A steak quesadilla is basically a Mexican cheesesteak. Let's be honest. Or whatever. A cheesesteak is an American quesadilla.
I don't like steak quesadillas either. All right.
But that also is just, I'm not, DK gets defensive when I talk about this, but I'm just saying, what about a cheese quesadilla? What about that? You love that. You have that literally every day for like a decade. Mm-hmm. What about introducing steak into that? You're like, not for me. Like you don't like it?
Messes up the flavors, messes up the texture.
I get why you wouldn't do that every day. It's expensive.
Steak is like a little tough, especially the type of steak you put in quesadillas.
But so you think it makes it worse?
Correct. No, if I thought it made it better, I'd probably eat it.
I know. That's just interesting.
What do you want me to say?
But you like steak.
Correct.
All right, cool.
To each their own.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait for DK. Big Dom's going to bring DK some cheesesteaks. He's like, get the fuck out of my room. All right. Anyway,
just give me a different
I had
kind of
Tyrone
sandwich.
Tracy too. So Craig, I assume you did too. If Tyrone Tracy is available, I know he may not be in your league.
Yes, I did. Tyrone Tracy, who you get the long-term benefit, obviously, Cam Scattaboo being out. I doubt the Giants are going to go get somebody who's going to fill in and be a full-time starter ahead of Tyrone Tracy. I feel like they're not at that stage of the season where they would probably need to prioritize that. So I feel like it is just going to be Tracy the rest of the year. The only other guy I thought about, he's not necessarily, I don't know if he's going to come back next week. He in theory could, but Trey Benson for the Cardinals is like his 4 weeks are up. So as somebody who could like be a factor the rest of the way.
We could. Trey Benson, I think with Trey Benson, I'm curious what you guys think. In the leagues I'm in, I think rostership's weird with like IR spots. I think any league where you have an IR spot, Trey Benson's probably on IR if he's available.
I guess that's true. That's true.
It's a weird in between.
I think let's not include Trey Benson in this exercise, but I think he is definitely worth picking up if he's out there.
If you need someone for week 9, Bam Knight, Zonovan Knight, depending what platform you're on. Bam Knight is, I think, a great option. Like he kind of surpassed Michael Carter. The bye happens, so you never know exactly what teams are doing. But Trey Benson can't come back this week. I still think Bam Knight will be the leader. And again, the Cardinals are playing Dallas. Like that's wheels up. Obviously than Bill Merritt. The odds of just getting a touchdown are pretty solid. So I think Bam Knight, if you have like both running backs at bye and you're really desperate, I think Bam Knight's a great option. And if Trey Benson's available, you can maybe throw Trey Benson in your IR. Get both. Having said that, Tyrone Tracy. So is it Tyrone Tracy showdown time?
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately, Heifetz, sorry about that. But it is, in fact, time for the Tyrone Tracy, a guy that everybody kind of liked last year, showdown time.
He definitely got market corrected by Scatterman.
He did.
Big time.
Like Isla Fisher and Amy Adams, and then Jessica Chastain to Amy Adams.
Yeah.
That was a Jason Concepcion hottest take from like 6 years ago.
It was pretty good. It was a pretty good
There
one.
can only be one prominent female redhead in Hollywood, was his take.
I like that. Makes sense.
You like that?
I mean, I appreciate the take. I don't like that there can only be one.
Just needed to clarify.
I would like if more redheaded women could be leading actresses, you know?
It's be a good time for Morty.
I feel like you're just constantly trying to trap me into saying something bad here.
Trying to catch you in the cancel box.
I know.
This one's from Chris.
Chrissy.
C-Bone.
So Craig pointed out on the
K-Bone.
True.
It's a C.
Okay. C-Bone.
Craig pointed out pretty brilliantly on Sunday that Alvin Kamara, we don't really ever talk about that. His name's fucking Alvin, which is just like bizarre. So Chris has a question. According to the Social Security Administration, how many baby boys born in the United States were named Alvin in 2024?
This year or last year?
Last year.
Phenomenal question, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. I have no concept of how many people are born in a year.
I answered this very quickly, and I wrote it down for this one. So
okay, wait. Sorry, what's the question is in the United States or in the world?
In America.
Okay.
From last year.
This is tough. Okay.
Not how many, to be clear, not how many Alvins were in America last year. It's how many Alvins were born last year.
Right.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
5,000.
Oh, God. I went way too high. I said 50K.
Wow. 50? That's a lot.
I don't know.
Which
There's
means
a lot of people in this
DK's
country.
Probably right, as that's how these things go. I said 2,000. Heifetz said 5,000. DK said 50,000.
I feel like it's way too high.
Real answer is 316.
Oh, my word. That is way less popular than I could have even imagined. I thought he was going the other way with it.
All right, so I steal that win thanks to Alvin.
316?
Heifetz, did we get any emails from Alvins?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Nice.
So there's people who know Alvin.
They said
I don't know
hello.
if he got an Alvin. It was like, I mean, we're just not that big, Craig. You think,
how many, I want to Google on the spot. How many Craigs were named last year? I'm just curious.
I can pull it up. Oh, no, we don't have any Alvin. Oh, no, we do have an Alvin emailed us.
Oh.
Nope,
what
I
about?
typed in Alvin. He emailed us last Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Alvin. You're just getting your email
Merry
read.
Christmas.
I just found it. You find that, Craig. I'll make a pick here. So if DK takes Tyrone Tracy, I would. If I need a player this week, I would take Bam Knight, even over Devin Singletary.
Wait, I didn't win. I was way off.
Oh, sorry. Craig gets Tyrone Tracy. Good point. I'll take Bam Knight for the Cardinals just because I think if you have to have someone play this week, I do think Bam Knight when Trey Benson comes back. I have no idea what the role is. I honestly almost would have took Rashard Smith, because Isaiah Pacheco limped off with like 90 seconds left in that game, but then the medical team checked him and then he just started hooping and hollering and it was like clearly fine. So yeah, I'd really rather have Bam Knight. Devin Singletary, I just don't want to play him in my team for the rest of the season. If you need someone for the rest of the season, you could go Singletary. He will probably have more playing time, but I'd rather have Bam Knight for week 9 than Devin Singletary. So it's okay. You get the rest of the litter.
Yeah. Do we want me to pick someone from week 9 or talk about the guys that are also like down the line?
We'll do both.
Okay.
Pick someone for this week and then
for this week, I guess I'll
Blue
go
Jays
with,
just went for it. Oh, on top of 10th. That was
weird. Oh, wow. They didn't get it. Oh, geez.
Got him out at home.
Wow.
Good throw from right field there.
It's funny. I couldn't tell who I wanted to win this series, but in that moment, I really didn't want the Blue Jays to score. So I
feel that way too.
It's in your gut.
It's weird to root for the Dodgers because I don't. But part of me is like,
obviously, so the Mariners lost to the Blue Jays. Do you guys typically, once you lose to a team, do you want that team to win the championship because then it validates?
Then you can say we lost to the champs.
Yeah,
right. Or do you want them to suffer horrific pain?
Usually that.
The prospect of spending so many days in a row rooting against the team, it's hard to recover from.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know how many conversations you actually have where you can say, well, at least we lost to the champs. And they're like, totally.
Yeah. I don't think that's actually a thing. I don't think it makes any sense.
It's a thing in college football. It's in college football because there's conference solidarity. So you do want your conference because then you end up talking about the Big Ten versus the SEC or whatever all the time.
Sure, yeah.
And you also literally do need it for polls and your team in the future getting playoff spots. But that logic has never extended to any of my other rooting interests. Like, the Yankees lose to the Yankees lost to the Blue Jays. I'd rather the Dodgers win. And I know the Dodgers are probably bad for the sport, but also, unfortunately, all their players are super likable. Like, I'm sorry, but Freddie Freeman, Ohtani, Betts, these are like the most likable, best players in the entire sport.
Yeah. Agreed.
Ernest, sorry.
All right. I'm going to go with Tyjae Spears for the Titans, I guess. Getting back to the trivia. He's basically overtaken Pollard in terms of like snaps and rushes and targets. Or I guess Pollard has one more target over the last 3 weeks. But the problem with the Titans, and this has been a problem with Pollard the whole year, is they're always losing. And so Tyjae Spears is getting more game scripted in because he's typically, more of a pass catching type back. He looks really good. He's been explosive. He's averaged 11 points per game over the last 3 weeks. So I don't think he has a very high ceiling, but he gives you a little bit of a floor just because the Titans are always playing from behind and he's out there more than Pollard at this point. They get the Chargers this week and then they're on bye.
Do you want to run through stash guys for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
I think there's one way huge blinking red light, huge stash, and then a bunch of other ones that could work out.
Are you talking about Bigsby or Ollie Gordon?
Tank Bigsby for the Dolphins. The fact that Saquon picked up a groin injury, the Eagles are going to bye, so he's going to be fine for the next week. But just, again, we've talked ad nauseum that like Saquon had 500 touches last year, has a groin injury. He's a fucking running back. It's not hard. And if Tank Bigsby had 100 yards this week, Saquon barely, came out of the, the upside of when the guy actually gets the job is so frequently kind of disappointing. The Eagles traded for Tank Bigsby. I think if Saquon gets hurt, of all these guys where you're just doing the stupid fantasy thing of like, if a guy gets hurt, I could profit. Tank Bigsby is like the highest return. Yeah. I don't think it's particularly close.
For sure.
They actually ran the ball really well too in that game. They were using 6 offensive linemen. This was kind of a theme this week.
This is a new thing that I've always wondered about, and people always told me that's not a thing, that's stupid. And now I'm watching it. I'm like, why the fuck is this taking so long to have like 8 plays a game with 6 offensive linemen?
The Lions did it a lot. And they seem to do a pretty good job of that.
The Bills last year were rolling with just throwing it to 6 linemen every now and then.
So Tank Bigsby is a great one to stash. Dylan Sampson for the Browns. Judkins went down and left the game. I believe they said he was day to day, which I don't know what that ever means. That could mean like 30 days or 2 days. So it's tough to know. But Dylan Sampson, if Quinshon Judkins can't come back after their bye, he would be a big winner in that, and he's gonna be utilized in the passing game a lot.
It's also shoulder injury, those get worse when you're tackled.
Right. Isaiah Davis for the Jets, just in case Breece Hall gets traded. The Jets are also on bye in week 9. And then, if you really need to scrape the bottom of the barrel here, Ollie Gordon for the Dolphins had 10 carries. It seems like the Dolphins, another team that are going 6 offensive linemen, they're trying to be a little more physical in the run game. Achan's rushing share definitely went down quite a bit in this last game. So Ollie Gordon, and then Kyle Monangai also is basically just splitting snaps with what's his name? Oh yeah, DeAndre Swift for the Bears.
I would have Monangai higher because again, this is so stupid. Fantasy is the stupidest thing ever. DeAndre Swift is also managing an injury, and
he's had injuries. He's had problems with injuries throughout his career. So
he's had a groin injury for the last month.
And so he's playing well. The Bears running game, Monangai. The one thing I'll say about Isaiah Davis, it's funny. I agree, DK, because Braylon Allen has a multi-month injury, 30, 90 days. Who knows? The only funny thing is I think Breece Hall kind of was going to get traded. And then he threw a game-winning touchdown pass. They're going on bye. They can't fucking trade Breece Hall now. Can you imagine if the only win of Aaron Glenn's career so far was because a running back threw a touchdown pass to win the game, and then they go on their bye week and the players come back and they fucking traded Breece Hall? They can't.
If anyone's going to do it, it's Woody Johnson.
Wouldn't that be crazy though? Like you got to do what's best for the team, but like, what a crazy message that would send to the team of like, you took 2 months to get a win. You're running back through a touchdown. You come back from vacation and just like,
it's cold world.
And it's like, we've acquired a 5th round pick for Breece Hall.
What are they going to do?
Fuck.
So for that reason alone, I feel like
rotational third string cornerback next year.
It's cool. So Isaiah Davis can get 2.2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The Rams did get Roger McCreary, the cornerback from the Titans today, which is incredible stat from Easton Freeze.
Or like a pick swap, 5th, 6th.
The Titans have one player left from the 3 drafts from 2020, 2021, 2022. Chico Okonkwo was the only one. They made like 20 picks. They have one guy left. That was 5 years ago. Anyway. Yeah.
How bad teams stay bad. Yeah.
I know. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of only other ones I'll throw out. Honestly, dude, Amir Abdullah, bizarre speed guy who's 32, is one of the older running backs in the NFL. If Jonathan Taylor gets hurt, I think Amir Abdullah is the running back for the Colts, which obviously is crazy valuable. But I think the other Colts running backs behind Taylor
DJ
are kind
Giddens,
of a mess. I think Giddens. I'm not going to say
they would have a committee for sure, but yeah,
Giddens
he might be
meh. Tyler Goodson's always hurt. Like Amir Abdullah is the only one that has looked good in the NFL. The other guys
Josh Johnson of running backs.
Yeah. So anyway, Amir, like if you're just talking about high upside, I'm like, well, Tank Bigsby, like it's kind of one of those game theory things. If you are like actually like an elite team and the other guy is Saquon, you kind of want to take Bigsby. If the other guy is Jonathan Taylor, just add Amir Abdullah. Because if Taylor gets hurt, like they kind of go down. You have Amir Abdullah. Like sometimes that's how things flip. Anyway, fantasy's stupid. I can't believe I just had to talk about that. Wide receivers. DK, number 1 wide receiver to add after week 8, entering week 9.
There's actually quite a few options here that I like.
Yes.
And so it's hard to pick my favorite, but I'm going to go with just the floor option, I guess. I talked about this guy last week, Kayshon Boutte for the Patriots. He's rostered in 40% of Yahoo leagues. Again, this is like the thesis with Kayshon Boutte is he is the deep threat for the best deep ball thrower in the NFL right now in Drake May. So he doesn't even he's like a supercharged version of Alec Pierce, I think. He's not going to probably have a super high target rate, but they're looking for him downfield. Drake May trusts him down there. He's made some pretty nice throws. I think he's improved a lot. And if you go back a couple years to when he was at LSU, he was thought of as a big time, maybe going to be like a top 10 pick type of player before things kind of fell apart for him. He had some injuries. He had some off-field stuff.
An LSU receiver in the mold of all the other LSU receivers. That was the book in Kayshon.
And so I think he's got a good amount of talent as well. So it's just a good situation with a quarterback who is hotter than anybody right now. So I guess I'll just go with Kayshon Boutte, although there are some other guys I like here too.
Boutte is one of he's not stylistically at all, but statistically kind of like Tyler Lockett in that models are never going to like Kayshon Boutte because inherently what Boutte's doing seems unsustainable by
catching long touchdowns.
Yeah, he just catches long touchdowns,
right.
And jump ball contested. And to your point,
he has 4 in the last 3 games.
It's just never going to be able to capture that Drake May has become one of the better deep ball passers, as you said. And also, Boutte's an excellent contested catch receiver. Like he's just become quite, I feel like he's actually one of the 10 or 12 better guys in the whole league at it. Like on the scale of 1 to T Higgins, like Boutte's pretty fucking good at it.
Yep.
So, and also there is something to boom or bust receivers. I actually do. You don't actually want a guy who's going to get 8 or 9 points. Like most, if you just go to your matchups this week, most fantasy matchups aren't close. Like they are, you actually would rather have someone capable of putting up 20 plus, and Boutte will be able to do that every week.
Yeah.
So I like that. Having said that, the other person I'm wondering about though is Christian Watson for the Packers because he
was my second option here. Yeah.
I was shocked at, he got injured really late last season and he clearly said a phenomenal recovery because he looked fine. He played like 38 snaps. It's not a ton. Matt LaFleur said that was more than they wanted to, but I'm like, man, part of me's like, all these guys are dart throws anyway. I'm like, the idea that Christian Watson might get better as the season goes, I kind of just wanted Christian Watson just because they're all kind of similar. And this week, maybe he's not the best option, but throughout the season, I know he's going to be the most volatile. So maybe I'm talking out both sides of my mouth.
But yeah.
I'm like,
he's kind
so
of
talented.
Similar to Boutte in the sense that, it wouldn't be too surprising if he saw 2 targets next week. But he's also the type of guy who could score 25 points in a game, and it would not be surprising at all.
In general, the Patriots passing game and the Packers passing game is kind of similar in that it's like 4 wide receivers who are all pretty good. Any of them could go off at any moment, and you're just kind of like gambling. But they are efficient, good passing attacks. The only other guy here that we haven't mentioned yet who's had, you want to talk about spike weeks, Heifetz, Troy Franklin, like won me a week last week, has has disappeared at times, but also is kind of like the number 2 in Denver, and he had 2 touchdowns and 100 yards this week. The only reason why I would lean Boutte and then Watson is probably just because Troy Franklin's playing the Texans this week.
That's the thing. I don't want to do Troy Franklin this week. It's funny because I think Troy Franklin is good and also probably has, to your point, similar to Kayshon Boutte. The problem is Troy Franklin's going from the worst pass defense in the NFL in Dallas to the best, basically, in Houston. And I don't want that snip-snap. Like, I have no interest in going from a guy allowing 400 yards to probably like under 200 in Houston. Like, that's just, I'd rather skate to where the puck is heading. Who's facing bad defenses? So, like, the other guy, Alec Pierce for the Colts is also in this mold of
Pittsburgh.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, Craig.
Like, if I'm saying Christian Watson looked good last week, Alec Pierce, like, how often do we have to talk about how the Colts can't, so the Steelers can't cover anybody? And
they've given up like the best quarterback games, like of each quarterback that has played them has been like their best game of the season.
I can't wait to take the Colts in the Ringer 107.
I know.
I'm going to take them so fast you can't even believe.
So it's funny because I think Pierce we're talking about him as like the 4th option here, but in reality, Pierce is the deep guy. He's more than just a deep guy. He's a talented receiver, but the Steelers can't cover anyone. How many times are we going to talk about how the Colts have the most points per drive in the 21st century since the 07 Patriots? Like that, they're on that list with the 18 Chiefs and all these, like the best offense we've ever seen. Alec Pierce somehow has not scored a touchdown this year. Like that's going to change. All those catches seem to land at the 12-yard line. He's going to score eventually. So those 4 guys though, Christian Watson, Alec Pierce, Kayshon Boutte, Troy Franklin, like those are better than you usually see on waivers. Like they're not so desperation options. And they all have some degree of relevance for the coming weeks.
Dodgers have the winning run at second right now.
Who's on second? That wasn't a joke.
Yeah, I was
I've never said that earnestly in my entire life.
I don't actually know that.
I want to know if they're fast.
I don't actually know that whole deal, the song or whatever. Do you guys know it?
It's not a song. It's
who's on second?
Or like the poem or whatever.
Like who? It's not a poem.
It's like a vaudeville
sketch.
act.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. What do you call
poem? It's just funny.
It's
a poem.
The thing that they used to do. Yeah.
Who's on first?
It's Abbott and Costello, isn't it?
Yeah, Abbott and Costello. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't really into them when I was growing up.
Who's on first? What? He's on second.
What's on second?
Who? No, he's on first. Yeah.
The other guy that I want to mention here before we do the trivia is Jalen Knoll. Well, I guess all the Texans receivers are interesting. Jaden Higgins and Xavier Hutchinson both played a bunch of snaps for the Texans last week. Both scored a touchdown. Both are like big-bodied red zone threats. I do think once Nico Collins comes back, though, those guys' role will diminish a bit. And then Jalen Knoll, to me, is a guy to kind of stash right now. I don't think you should start him next week. I think you're gonna have to see how things shake out. But he looks awesome to me. And I think there's a chance down the second half of the season that he just replaces Christian Kirk. He's way more explosive. And he kind of plays from the slot. He can do some of those slot fades. Good. Yeah. So there's a chance. Obviously, you're going to probably be playing whack-a-mole a little bit with these Texans receivers, but I think Jalen Knoll is worth stashing if you have a deep roster.
I feel exactly the same way about these Texans receivers as I kind of do about Troy Franklin, where it's like the Texans are going from this Niners team that's beat to shit.
Yeah.
And then the Texans have to play the Broncos, who have this incredible secondary with Patrick Surtain. Oh, wait, just kidding. Patrick Surtain is like not going to play this week. So I'm like, oh, but in reality, the Broncos defense is still good. And then the next week is Nico Collins and Christian Kirk going to be fine for when you play him in week 10. However, one thing about Surtain being out, the Broncos, the way they do man coverage and everything, basically man coverage is big boy football. Like, can you actually do it? But there's frankly, basically no reason you would be a cornerback instead of a receiver if you could, unless your dad was a Hall of Fame cornerback like Patrick Surtain. There's no reason to do it. So the receivers are way better than cornerbacks. So there's no one can play man coverage except like 4 teams. So the Broncos, though,
the Steelers try to do it, they fail every week.
Yeah, well, that's my point. When you try it, you look ridiculous, which is how the Lions end up looking every year on defense because they refuse to stop playing man whenever it gets hurt because Dan Campbell's like, that's a test of your manhood. So my point being, do you remember that one game last year where Jameis Winston had like 500 passing yards and Bo Nix and him went back and forth? Mm-hmm. That was like when Patrick Surtain was out. Like, that's what the Broncos defense looked like when they try to play man, and then Riley Moss is the number 1.
Is he definitely not playing, Surtain?
Let me pull it up. I mean, it just happened. We're recording this like late Tuesday, Monday night. Right. This is Surtain's expected to be out weeks, like maybe an injury reserve with the pec strain. Okay. So the Broncos defense, I'm a little hesitant to come out here on Monday night immediately after this happens and be like, attack them. It's fine. But I'm just saying, Broncos defense is not going to be, or might not be, that scary because once you lose the horses, it's kind of like suddenly it's like, do you do the system you've all practiced that you're no longer prepared for, or do you do something you've never really you don't major in? So
it really makes you. I think this is something that I've noticed a lot this year. You notice it every year too, but it's just been really pronounced this year. Is the difference between star players and regular players is so dramatic. It's crazy. Like when you go from a guy, an all-pro defensive player of the year in Surtain to even a good backup, it's like shit falls apart. It just makes you appreciate how good these guys are. Down in and down out. Like I just thought of this, but like going back to like Darrelle Revis, man, when he was guarding a guy, and man, it was incredible.
The whole thing
was
around him.
Yeah.
And I apologize. Surtain did play that game, but all the cornerbacks after him kept falling. So like Surtain was fine, but all the other quarterbacks got hurt in that game. I got it backward. But that's the point though. When you play man coverage and you don't have the starters. Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's unless it's, running back. But even then kind of came back.
So
who
in
we gonna
general,
do here?
for wide receiver, I think we're saying like tier 1 is Boutte and Watson, and then it kind of drops. And then you have guys like Troy Franklin, you have Jalen Noel, Alec Pierce. You could probably throw in the Raiders guys, Trey Tucker, Jack Besh, even if Jacoby Myers gets moved. But yeah, Boutte and Watson at the top, and we'll do the Boutte for showdown time.
Yes. Tucker is available to move up a tick just because I do think Jacoby Myers will get traded.
Yeah.
So showdown time, baby.
I wouldn't mind if he got traded to the Steelers. It is the Kayshon Boutte showdown time.
Dude. That was your best one ever, Craig.
We got an email from someone. This is not the trivia, but someone sent an email saying that his ex-girlfriend thought that the line was Boutte, rocking down the well.
What is the line?
And that I just assumed it was Boutte, rocking everywhere.
I think. I don't know.
But then he said, I think DK said rocking down the well. And I went
just
back
said
and
what it
listened,
sounds like. I didn't actually say any
it.
words. I was just, I don't know what the words are.
Ben, your girlfriend was wrong. But obviously there's a trillion lines people get wrong. Is it even worth doing the emails on that? I think there's too many lines people get wrong in songs, Steven.
Yeah, that's hard.
There's like 1,000. Okay. This is from Brian.
B-Bone. Sorry for picking this up.
According to a 2010 study, also, wait, do need the context. We were talking about a person emailed in about whether they should start dating their step cousin. Not related. So Brian says, according to
it's also not their step cousin.
Yeah, well, it's way simpler than saying my mom lives with a guy he's not married to and it's his niece. What are you going to fucking say?
It's actually worth being that specific so you don't have to say I'm dating my step cousin.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's what step is for. Anyway, Brian says, according to a 2010 study, roughly what percentage of marriages worldwide are between actual cousins? Not step cousins. We're talking second cousins or closer.
Second
cousins are closer. What percentage of marriages?
What percentage worldwide?
Oh, wait, in America or worldwide?
Worldwide.
It's worldwide? God, how do they fucking have that statistic?
That's why I said rough estimate.
Craig, how do they answer any of the fucking questions we've been asking?
Well, they did a study on it. They tried. They worked really hard.
What a pointless study. Okay.
What a pointless study. I'm going to find the researchers of this fucking study and send them that you saying it's pointless.
I'd be like, trying to break up marriages around the world.
Maybe focus your efforts on something else. What percent of marriages?
I feel like it's going to be higher than you think.
I also gave an answer to this before I read it, so I'm going to just say the answer I had written down.
All right. I think I got it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. 4.
0.2.
0.2?
Yeah.
Okay. Heifetz, what did you say?
I said 4.
I also said 4.
4 in 100 marriages are to your cousin?
Sure. I don't know.
This is the whole world.
I know it's different, but it just seems high.
Okay. Heifetz, do you want the over or the under? You can decide.
I will let you pick.
I'm going to take the under. Craig scared me.
It's not 4%. It's 10.4%.
Stop.
1 out of 10?
1 out of 10 marriages are to a cousin?
Right. Now I want to look into this study. Let's see here. Who did this? Okay, age, Biddles, and Boston University School of Medicine. Okay. 2009. Abstract. There's little information on inbreeding during the critical early years of human existence.
God.
Okay. Going on and on.
10%.
Currently, couples related as second cousins or closer and their progeny account for an estimated 10.4% of the global population.
That is a shocking number.
Obviously, this is one study.
Craig, don't kink shame.
Doesn't mean this is a fact.
Okay,
but
wait a minute.
It's basically like a very, very, very educated guess. Still a lot.
I just, no joke. I just typed into ChatGPT. We can check the time on it to show that I'm not cheating. I said, how many marriages are between cousins? And ChatGPT's answer is, according to available research, it is estimated that around 0.2% of marriages in the U.S. Damn it.
Greg, you're thinking too locally, pal.
Broaden your horizons.
Pretty good, though. I hit that.
Have I pitched you guys on my new app?
There's a lot of small villages scattered amongst the world.
That I guess we are traveling to study what they're doing with their marriage.
Sometimes you don't have other options, all right?
I have an
app. They don't have
idea.
Hinge at certain places.
I want to reinvent Hinge because I mean it's
called the family group chat.
Yeah, the singles who are listening now know the Hinge is exhausting. All the apps are exhausting. It's a dating app, and your parents get to decide who you get to see, and there's like 2 options, and you have to pick from one of the 2 or 3 people. Your family gets to pick who you see on the app.
Can you guys
go back? Just go back to how the first.
Like a soft arranged marriage.
Yeah. It's like you get some autonomy. You get, they have almost 4 people on here, and 3 of them are people you're like no, mom, no. But I just like the idea that we're going to go back to how we did it the first 4 million years.
I do kind of like when you ever have you're trying to decide with your friends to watch a movie, do movie night, and you're like, it's a million movies we could pick from. We'll never land on one. It's almost nice to have an outside party, be like, here are the 4 movies you can choose from, and then you have to pick one.
The illusion. What is it? The illusion of choice? No, not illusion.
The paradox
Decision
of choice.
paralysis.
It's the paradox of choice. That's like the original TED Talk that went viral. It's super true.
I have a question. This is purely academic. I'm not thinking about doing anything. What are the differences between the apps these days? Because I don't even know.
Oh, I thought you were asking cousins. Thank God.
No, like Hinge.
Well, Heifetz and I shouldn't be able to answer either.
Well, no, Craig, he doesn't.
I've never been
Tinder
on the apps.
versus Hinge versus.
What? Okay, yeah. Is Tinder still a big thing?
So
Tinder's for one night stands.
Tinder's for sex.
Hinge is for finding a partner, life partner.
Oh, so it's more geared towards actual
dating,
right?
Hinge is the whole motto is designed to be deleted. It's for people who are more serious. Hinge is not purely for carnal. It's actually you're supposed to go on a date.
Carnal.
Like
the sins of the flesh. Yeah.
Hinge is you go and get coffee or a dinner or a drink, and then Tinder is you might meet up with someone at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You're not really gonna do that on Hinge.
And Hinge, you enter in things about yourself, and it's supposed to it's compatibility with other people, or how does that work?
So you have a photo of yourself.
It's filtered.
So it's you want to. It's you have photos, and then you have different prompts, and then sometimes there's 100 prompts you can pick from, and you have 6 or 7, and hopefully you've had your friends pick your 6 or 7 best photos, and you kind of scroll through, and it's almost like LinkedIn for not LinkedIn's a bad example, but it kind of looks like that.
That sounds terrible, but yeah,
and knows a lot about Hinge.
He's never seen it.
Well, you've been on it at some point.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
What are the other ones?
Look at my friends.
What's Bumble?
Oh, stop! Fuck you.
What's Bumble?
Bumble is where only women can pick.
Well, women have to come to you first.
Okay.
Which was a business model.
Well, and that was actually somebody from Tinder left to go make Bumble, but I feel
so only the women can reach out to the men in that.
The problem with the dating apps is that the people are the women are the product. So they kind of all the dating apps narrow into just gatekeep, they see just who's getting swiped on the most, and the people with the highest swipe rates then are gatekeep and kept behind a paywall because they're basically if you'll spend $100 to buy a woman dinner on a date once, why wouldn't you pay us a couple $100 a year to get to? So they gatekeep the top 20% swipe rates and everything, and it's just and it also they don't actually want you to delete the app, so it's just tough. Also, dating men generally are terrible, so. It's difficult.
Heifetz knows a lot about this.
Do you not have any single friends left, Craig?
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just having a laugh.
No, it's fine. See, we want to smell to Delta, okay?
I feel like back in the day there was one. Oh yeah, Christian Mingle. Is that still around?
Farmers Meet.
Yeah. There's the ones that are really geared towards specific things. J-Date.
Farmers Meet had the funny commercials.
Farmers Meet.
Yeah, Farmers Meet.
Farmers only.
Farmers MEAT?
It was Farmers only.
No, it was MEET. Come on.
Oh.
We've already established I don't like meat in my quesadilla. All right.
I actually have never seen that one.
Farmers Meat? I haven't either. But
I don't like
this is
meat in my
interesting.
quesadilla. Sounds like something you would say
on
your
your
profile.
farmer's meat, your one-liner.
We'll put that as your hinge. Yeah. Craig, maybe
DK,
we'll make
can you make that
hinge.
your Twitter bio? I don't like meat in my quesadilla.
Anyway, tight end. Speaking of which, okay.
Whoa!
Wait. Heifetz won.
Oh my God, we've
took
Boutte.
I got
DK
second.
got second.
Okay, so I'll take Christian Watson.
I will take Alec Pierce.
I actually think it's swapped. I kind of ended up choosing Watson there.
Oh, you want Watson?
Yeah, I'll take
Boutte. That's fine.
I'll take Pierce.
All right.
Cool.
This game is going to go on forever.
I know. God, let's get rolling. DK, number 1 tight end after week 8, entering week 9.
So I'm going with Juwan Johnson for the Saints. Pickens are a little bit slim at tight end. This week he had 5 catches for 53 yards. Last week, 5 catches for 79 yards. The important thing with him is for a while there, the Saints were playing like a really big rotation. Foster Moreau, Taysom Hill, but those guys have kind of been pushed to the side over the last couple of weeks, and now it's the Juwan Johnson show again. He played 75% of the snaps the last 2 weeks. So
yeah,
Juwan Johnson, obviously
I've watched the
super
Saints
high.
play, and I will let you do that. That's
okay. Who's going to take? Who would you rather have then?
I would rather have AJ Barner because that's like I want Darnold throwing the ball. They're playing Washington. I don't know if I can take Tyler Shuck throwing to anybody.
Did you see Washington trying to cover Travis Kelce had 99 yards tonight. He was wide open all game. It's like the Washington, they cannot cover.
They're playing the Rams on the road. I'm like,
Bobby Wagner's
I understand.
Like
that's
the best
fine.
blitzing linebacker.
It's like touchdown or bust with him, though.
But it's all these
But I mean,
guys.
it's kind of like every tight end.
I agree, though. AJ Barner is, generally speaking, probably not going to be a good bet on a week-to-week basis. But if you need someone this week, which you probably do, because, I mean, there's a lot of tight ends I buy this week, like Dallas Goedert, both Browns tight ends. Like,
it's
Barner, again, Washington just allowed Kelce to get 99 yards. I think Barner is a good bet for a touchdown.
It's basically like if you want to spike, it's AJ. If you want to go for like 15 to 18 points, it's AJ Barner. If you want somebody who's going to guarantee get you 7, maybe it's Juwan Johnson.
The other one to throw out here is Colston Loveland for the Bears because Kmet has a back injury. Loveland played almost 80% of the snaps when Kmet was out. And the Bears go against the Bengals this week, who I believe have given up the most fantasy points to tight ends.
But there's an argument that Colston Loveland should be the number 1 guy. And Mason Taylor too, but realistically, Mason Taylor, it's tough because he's on a bye. I've refused to play Mason Taylor when Justin Fields was playing. If Tyrod Taylor it does start at some point, I actually would be interested in Mason Taylor, but now I feel like Fields is going to play, kind of like Breece Hall. They have to play him, but he's on bye anyway. So Colston Loveland,
he had a touchdown from Breece Hall.
Well, that's the thing. Even Fields can't get him a fucking touchdown. Yeah. Also, we never talked about if that play didn't work, what we would have said. We never said if Breece Hall didn't make that play, we would have been like, wow, the Jets are the dumbest team ever. Anyway, Colston Loveland being the first tight end drafted, second half of the season, if he gets going with Kmet out, he clearly has the most upside. But also, people who drafted him are probably burned. But the people who didn't draft Colston Loveland, if you this is what we talk about with receivers who down the second stretch. Loveland's like more of a pure tight end, so it's a little harder for him to adjust. But this is what we're talking about, where rookies who do nothing in this first half contribute in second half all the time. Cole Kmet gets hurt. Bears offense is good. Maybe Luther Burden has concussion. Probably have to play more 2 tight end sets or whatever. If you're just going to throw a dart anyway, and you're going to throw a dart against the Bears and Bengals, if Colston Loveland does have a good game, that means you could keep playing him probably because he'll play more. So maybe Loveland's the smarter answer, if riskier, but way higher upside. Yeah,
love. If any of these guys is going to be like a top 10 tight end to finish the season, it's probably Barner or Loveland.
I'm going to go to Loveland.
Who do we like? Should we go Loveland?
I'm going to go Loveland because I'm realizing as I'm talking that they're playing the Bengals and just the odds of a touchdown. Like I'm more confident. If my life was on the line for points this week, I'd pick Barner. But what's the difference? 2-3 points. I'm like Loveland talent over the course of the season. I'd rather have him on my team.
Fuck it. Really Let's go Loveland.
Let's do Loveland. You really can spam bad defenses in fantasy and get away with a lot on a week by week basis. Like you can just attack the shitty defenses like Troy Franklin playing Dallas. Like you can do that and it is pretty effective.
Yeah. So, all right. So Colston Loveland showed it. Watch him have 0 points.
Well, we're going to the 12th.
Yep. All right. It is DK, you did a 15-inning game. You could tell us what it's like.
I know. That's why I was like, should we wait and watch this game? I'm like, I don't know. I think we're going to wait all night. Home. Yeah.
All right. It is the Colston Loveland. This is fun. Showdown time. Let's go. Let's cook. What do we got? By the way, there's 88 babies named Craig in America in 2024.
88?
Not that many.
That's very low.
A quarter of Alvin.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many Craigs do you guys know that's not me or Craig
50,000.
Gaines? How many Craigs do you know that's not me or Craig Gaines?
0.
I know one.
Nice.
Well, I guess any Craigs in my life will be offended.
Just say you know one.
I know one. 3. I know 3 total. Yeah, good point, DK.
Okay.
There's no upside to saying you don't know one.
That's a good point.
And him hearing it.
Makes me feel more unique.
Well, we were joking, but we actually think we can make you a top 5 most famous Craig in America. Like what's even the list?
Craig Ferguson, Craig T. Nelson, Craig Robinson is as far as we
Ferguson's
got, right?
not, well,
those
if
are
you
all
say American
not
Craigs,
that
Craig
famous
Ferguson's
either. Yeah.
Scottish?
Yeah, but he had an American television show.
I'm trying to help you.
I'm just saying, Craig Ferguson is more famous than me, obviously.
I think Craig T. Nelson and Craig Ferguson are more famous than you. Craig Robinson too.
For sure.
You're like 4th.
It can't be.
The idea, we can easily get you to the top 5. I would like to think that when we're done with whatever this is, you could be a top 5 most famous Craig.
Does Craigslist count ahead of me?
Kind of like Alvin Kamara. You never just think of the Craig.
I don't think Craigslist counts because it's not a person. I know it's named after a guy named Craig.
Sure
that guy doesn't want to be found.
No one knows who that guy is.
If he didn't want to be found, he shouldn't have named his fucking company Craigslist.
He didn't think it through.
That's very true.
That was founded by Craig Newmark.
Yeah, but no one knows him.
No.
If he knew what Craigslist would really become, he probably wouldn't have named it Craigslist. Anyway.
All right.
Oh, yeah. So this is from Brian. So simple. Loved this.
B-Bone.
Another Brian.
Bry guy.
How many dots are there on the original Pac-Man maze?
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's
all
right.
I think we have to not think about, we almost have to just give ourselves 5 seconds and then go.
3, 2, 1, 100.
64.
Oh my God.
You said 64, Craig, and you said 65, DK?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's more than that. It's more than that. Damn it.
That's so weird. You guys picked.
I don't know.
Do you know how many times we'd have to do that again? Just 0 to 100 for you to pick 2 numbers next to each other? It would take a long time.
I can't remember how big the dots were.
I think there's more dots than I'm imagining.
Yeah. Probably like 100.
100 might be a steal.
I know. Damn it.
I said 100. The answer is 244.
Whoa.
Okay.
I also feel like the screen size that you play Pac-Man on, I feel like they make versions where there's less dots and it's on a smaller screen, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, like the Game Boy one or something.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. Heifetz. Nice.
244.
So I'll get close to
Heifetz
Loveland.
got 2 today.
So DK, then you get.
Is he taking the lead?
The trivia score is Heifetz and DK have 7. I have 8.
Okay.
Damn it.
Close call. Close game though.
Okay, so Heifetz is taking Loveland. I'll take Juwan Johnson.
Over AJ Barner still.
Yeah, I'm taking AJ Barner.
He'll do anything to reverse jinx the Seahawks.
I mean, I like AJ Barner. I think he's a good player, but he just gets like 3 targets a game.
Quarterback.
If you like him so much, why don't you pick him?
I also like Juwan Johnson of Oregon fame, as we've established.
Quarterback. If you need a quarterback this week, I think Trevor Lawrence off a bye. I feel like he was released in a lot of leagues I'm in, and I don't know if he's available, but playing the Raiders and he's running more. I just think Trevor Lawrence is super solid. Sam Darnold also off a bye, just an oddly quality fantasy option that might just be available because a lot of people released guys during Bye-Mageddon. So Lawrence and Darnold, definitely the top 2. And then Joe Flacco versus the Bears. He has an injury. We'll see. I think he's going to play.
He's
Joe Flacco versus the
day.
Bears. Bears defense is ass. He has Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase will get 25 targets in this game. Not really, but the fact that actually is possible is hilarious. The fact that I just said that as a joke and then realized that actually could conceivably happen is why you should play Joe Flacco. Tua, I don't even want to recommend it because it's like Charlie Brown. Like he has one good game, you'll play him. The other reason is Tua is Thursday Night Football. And I just like, it's the Ravens. And I'm like, if you have another option, and I don't know, you don't want to make the decision before Thursday. So I'd rather even Michael Penix, I'd rather probably over Tua just because I don't want to make that timeline by Thursday.
Really?
But Lawrence, Darnold, Flacco, Penix, Tua. And then we'll see from there. Defenses, I think there's a lot of good defenses available. Seattle, probably the best defense you will be able to get all year, just because they're on bye. I think no matter how good defenses are, they get dropped sometimes. The Seattle defense being dropped, I think if you can go get them because they were on bye, you should go get them. Like they're next playing Washington, which will maybe if that's Mariota still would be amazing. Arizona, then the Rams, then the Titans, then the Vikings. Where we even talked about this. Carson Wentz is out for the season, So JJ McCarthy is going to be playing for the Vikings. That
looks like my take on Bill's pod is not living up to.
Well,
it's not gonna.
McCarthy hasn't played yet.
Could be a week, I guess. Yeah.
Anyway, I just think the Seahawks defense is elite, and if you can get elite defense, I would go get them. Both Los Angeles teams, the Rams, again off a bye, playing the Saints. I don't care if it's Spencer Rattler or Tyler Shuck; they both suck. Rams defense rules. Just that's a bizarrely great streaming option. Similarly, the Chargers with 10 days rest facing the Titans. Just an incredible streaming option to go and get the Chargers with 10 days to plan for Cam Ward. Like that is also cup runneth over. Jags off a bye as your fifth option here, facing the Raiders and Geno Smith. Obviously, the Raiders, you would think that they would want to buckle down, but who knows? Maybe Bowers is back and healthier, but Geno's still throwing a ton of picks. Jaguars have had a ton of turnovers. Obviously, that stuff regresses, but you never know. Ravens, even I would consider if all those things that
the Ravens
are gone,
defense is coming back now.
A lot of guys are coming back. I mean, Woozier and Roquan and Humphrey, and a lot of guys are coming back.
Kyle Hamilton obviously gets all the press as basically the best safety in the entire league. Roquan Smith is the fulcrum of the defense. The whole system, the concepts the Ravens run, the inside linebackers is paramount. And if Roquan's able to play in this game, I mean, Tua, I know he had the good game, but I just if Seattle, Los Angeles Rams, LA Chargers are all gone, and you don't want the Jaguars, the Ravens defense is probably available in your league.
I think Roquan played last week. I'm assuming he's playing this week.
So the Thursday Night Football, Miami, I kind of think there's a chance the Ravens fucking rock Miami, man. Lamar's going to come back. Lamar's from Miami. I don't know, man. So anyway, and then Cleveland, who's just also on a bye, but then they come back to the Jets. And just want to throw that out if you're trying to think a week ahead.
Yeah.
The Browns versus the Jets. Fields. I don't know. Okay. Those are waivers. Want to read an email or two and we'll get out of here?
Yeah.
Let's save some of these for power.
This game is still going on, by the way.
I want to just start out by just an email here from E-Bone.
E-Bone.
Any breakfasts? I would love to know.
Oh, we have breakfast. Yeah.
Okay.
We actually have a bunch. I actually think I've subconsciously cut some of them out. Here, I'll pull up E-Bone's
How dare you,
breakfast.
sir?
Again, if you're listening, please send us the breakfast along with your email.
E-Bone did not. But I'll include the breakfast. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm skipping on the breakfast. Wow, I just randomly found a great low-stakes conspiracy by accident trying to find this guy's name.
Read it.
It's kind of better than E-Bone's email.
We'll do both of them.
Do both. Throw E-Bone a bone, and then we'll do the conspiracy there.
Okay. Don't let me forget. E-Bone wrote in and said, because I was saying how the ATT commercial on Sunday Night Football was we invented the phone.
Oh, I saw that today.
So E-Bone, what did you think when you watch it?
I don't know. I was already colored. My opinion was colored by our pod yesterday.
Just
I was
hit me. I was just what do you mean you invented the phone? How have you never brought this up? So E-Bone writes, you youngsters are apparently unaware that for many years, there was only one telephone company. And that company was the predecessor to AT&T. And this is when I realized that it was called Bell.
Yeah.
Because, the guy who made the phone didn't realize that. And so anyway, the feds finally used antitrust laws to break up the original company. The lack of knowledge of history that folks your age have is appalling.
The feds finally fucking broke up that gravy train.
Yeah. Guy fucking invents a phone and they're like, yeah, well,
I invented it.
I invented the piano necktie. I invented it. Anyway.
Thank you, Heifetz, for getting that. That was good.
That was great.
Dude, the whole reason why Hollywood is in Hollywood and not the East Coast is, I guess it's not antitrust, but Thomas Edison invented the camera, and then he basically wouldn't let anyone else use it without them paying him. So people were like, we need to get as far away from Thomas Edison as we can so he doesn't know we're using his cameras. And so they went to the West Coast.
Oh, are you serious?
No way.
Yeah.
That's the reason?
Yeah. They were like, this fucker's in New York. We got to get our boss said, we got to get the hell out of here because
they're
not going to let
So when
use
did he find out? They just put some Charlie Chaplin movie out and he was like, those motherfuckers.
He's like, damn it, what they're doing out there. But that's partly the reason why Hollywood is in LA.
That's unbelievable. Also,
that's wild.
If you had asked me who invented the camera, I actually don't think I would have knew it was Thomas Edison.
I feel like I need to watch these movies that were about Thomas Edison and I don't know, Alexander Graham. I don't know very much.
Just
about
watch the
these guys.
Family Guy joke where Thomas Edison just bashes Nikola
Didn't they make
Tesla's
a movie
head
recently, Craig, about maybe it was Tesla?
The Prestige.
The guy.
No,
I've heard.
Original.
I've watched The Prestige. That was a good movie.
I don't know. Recently about Tesla? I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe, but it might have been
talking
about
the guy.
Edison.
Just for anyone
I think it was about light bulbs and shit.
Yeah, Thomas Edison created the phonograph, the motion picture camera, the alkaline storage battery, and dude, the guy was cooking.
He was.
You know what?
Yeah,
there's like a bunch of people like that don't get enough credit. Like Charles Babbage invented the computer. The old timer though is the guy who invented the internet is alive in like 63, and he's a British researcher. It's not fucking Al Gore. It's like
Craig.
Just a guy invented the internet and is not famous. And you know why we have the internet and our fucking careers and everything we do? Because he refused to patent it.
Craig,
One
it was
guy
called
was
the
like, I don't want to patent this. I want everyone to have this. And he's not that rich.
Wow. Sorry to interrupt you, Heifetz. The movie I was thinking of was The Current War, which had Benedict Cumberbatch in it.
I didn't know that.
Dramatic story of a cutthroat race between electricity titans Thomas Edison and George Westinghouse. I think I gotta watch that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Report back. Let me know.
Yeah, I will. I feel like there was another one too.
Weirdly good segue to this random email I just found from Cam.
Cam.
I think we've read this before, but I don't even care.
Seabone.
I asked for low stakes conspiracy theories, and Cam said, "Why can't we harness lightning?
Can't we?"
He's like, they say it's hard to predict and store and collect it, but like, is it?
Well, I mean, I love the idea of the three of us trying to unpack this. Well, let's think about this.
Why can't you just collect the lightning?
What about that little ball thing that like has like all the lightning stuff, you know, and like
lightning rod?
No, there's like I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I'm thinking. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But
there's
that's
like a little
in the
ball
Prestige.
that, like,
there's like the
shoots
ball filled with
lightning.
It's like that Isaac Tesla has the fucking Powerball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, aren't there like, you know, the high points on buildings where lightning always strikes? Why can't we harness it that way?
Just put something there. We put solar
we're trying not to
panels where the
blow
sun
up the
are.
buildings, Craig.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? This is how James Dolan.
Yeah.
This is how James Dolan built the sphere. He was like, "Why do you have
by harnessing
walls?
lightning?"
No, James Dolan was like, "Just make the whole thing a screen." And they were all like, "James, you can't do this." He said, "Why are there walls like around a screen? Just make the walls a screen." And they were like, "Fuck," and then they did it. Yeah. So we should do this.
I think there was one more movie about like electricity or something, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. Maybe Rosamund Pike in it. I don't know.
Wow, that was a crazy ass play.
Yeah, was that really out? We're just watching a play where
grounder to third.
So you had to like wait for it to get there.
And there's a guy running to third, and yeah, the third baseman like has to wait for the ball to get to him while his foot's on the bag.
He's safe.
He's safe.
He's
safe.
very safe.
Baseball has a bunch. Every time you watch baseball in the playoffs, you're like, there's certain elements that they really could grab for other sports. One, the manager's wearing the jerseys. The idea that there's a space that you have to stay, and if you leave, you're like in danger, is great. And like a little, like literally, like the little tiny safe space. It's a pretty great thing.
It is. It's a kind of a childish like invention. It is. It's very floor is lava. Like, you know, you're a kid, you can't jump off the couch type of vibes.
It's so funny that grown men are like, no, I was touching the base. I was touching it.
I was on base.
And there's a third guy who just has to stare at it and go, no, you were there.
I will say, every time I've ever gotten mad at a bowler strike, putting the cameras on the umps, when they show the ump cam, I've never gotten the call right one time. I can't believe that's their job.
Do you think umps like watching sports outside of their job, or is that exhausting?
Baseball or like other sports?
Are they putting on other games?
Yeah, like as an ump watching baseball in his off time.
Well, do you think they criticize the refs? Because that's my favorite thing with like players. So the NFL players will be like, man, like you guys can't criticize. You just sit like, what do you mean? You don't know what's going on in the locker room. You don't know the context. Like you, and then like if you watch them watch a basketball game, they're like, fuck Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Like, they yelling at the refs.
Yeah. Come on, Blue.
Like, does an ump get home from a long day and like throw on Sunday Night Baseball?
Craig, it's like, does a gynecologist go home and I'll let you fill in the blank there.
Someone went on Subway Takes the other day and was like, there should not be male gynecologists.
That's probably true.
I found it, it's hard for me to argue against,
Yeah, that's one of those things where I feel like that's the right take, but I also I don't know.
Yeah,
we found the one thing Craig won't weigh in.
I've thought that before as well. I feel like everyone's had that conversation, and yet I don't know. There are male guys. I don't know. It's weird.
We'll see. If anyone wants to email in, bringyourfantasyfootball@gmail.com.
Do you think there should be only male urologists?
He's giving it some real thought.
If you went to the doctor for a penis issue and your doctor was a woman, would you be like, "Hey"?
I feel like they might have a hard time. Well,
if anything, sometimes an outside opinion, maybe that's helpful.
Also, the penis is much less complicated.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm debating telling something. Yeah, I had multiple friends who don't know each other. Dude, you ever talk to your friends who are doctors about like what they do in medical school? It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
talk to nurses, the shit they have to see.
It's
Lordy.
insane. Like what'd you
also,
do
the
at
hours
work
they
today?
have to work. Like I still don't understand why doctors work the hours they do and why med school is the hour. Like it's just like this old tradition that they won't break. But like,
oh my god,
dude, Liz's sister is a doctor, and she is working literally like 32-hour shifts.
It's like
sort of like a weeding out. Is it a weeding out strategy?
No, we don't have enough doctors in this country because medical's like that's
but you don't want bad doctors.
No,
or
but
lazy doctors.
We do need more doctors though.
Right.
It's just funny that like you would think that the profession that knows about the human body would not want to employ people who are working on a lack of sleep.
Right. Like the people like with you when your lack of sleep, it's like somewhat equal to
it's like being drunk driving. Like they are the most aware of the cognitive decline that lack of sleep causes. It's just so weird.
Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com. I know there's a lot of doctors who listen to the show. Email us at ringerfantasyfootball@gmail.com I will take any crazy stories of just, doesn't have to be like how hard you work, but I'll take them. But also just like, crazy shit's the wrong word, but just like things we wouldn't believe. Things if you don't know anything about medicine are just shocking about like going through medical school and just the realities of how it works is because it's also, I tell them this whole time, it's the only thing that's like the NFL draft where they're like, oh, you want to be a doctor? Cool. You have to go to this place for 6 years. And then you don't that's it. And then
Kershaw's in now.
Kershaw's in? They're fucked. Yeah. Oh, and the bases. Wait,
bases are loaded.
Bases are loaded. 2 outs.
Did he come in and end this, or did he put him on base?
I didn't see. I don't think he's been in the whole inning.
Dude, Kershaw had that nice thing at the end of the regular season, and he got fucking worked in the NLCS. And he, has some playoff moments people probably remember. Shout out Ryan O'Hanlon if he's listened to this episode, who's the first person in the world who was like, Clayton Kershaw sucks in the playoffs. He figured it out first. Yeah, this is good. We're just going to sit here and watch this game.
My brother-in-law ran into Clayton Kershaw on the streets of Boston like 2 months ago. It was the best day of his life. He's a huge
What did he say?
He just like went up to him and was like, hey, I'm a massive fan. This is so cool. I'm speaking to you. And then they took a photo. And Kershaw was just like hanging out with his family in a park.
That's rad. All right. Anything else on?
We've come emails? This far.
What was the? Did we already do the? This lightning thing then?
It was lightning.
Okay.
Well, we're going to end this.
A 3-2 count. Well, after this pitch,
Kershaw's about to blow this game. We're going to end the show. I'll start doing the thank yous. Thank you, DK. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Krellers. Thank you, Ronak. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Austin. Thank you, Kershaw, for blowing this game momentarily.
Oh, come on.
He's going to fucking blow it. Watch. Thank you, Lord.
Oh, geez. Thank you, George Clinton.
I don't want to hear from Dodgers fans who are mad because every Dodgers fan, whether or not he blew it, is thinking that he's gonna blow it right
Heifetz
now.
Always has like the most random things he has really strong opinions on.
Really?
Clayton Kershaw?
I realized I watch way more baseball than you guys.
Well, you definitely do. That's fair.
Also, the last time he played, what did they score on him last time he pitched?
What's George Clinton? What's the biggest George Clinton song?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I used to listen to this song called Bop Gun. That's really good. I don't know if it's actually George Clinton or if it's
all right, he did it. I'm wrong. Wow. Okay. Good. I actually like Clayton Kershaw a lot. I'm happy that was.
Oh, he did the glove flip. I love the glove flip.
Garrett Cole could never. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit rg-help.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York.